Welcome to this tutorial where we're going to be teaching you the skills to make your device holder base in Fusion 360. But the first thing we're going to need to do is make sure that we have our work saved in the correct spot. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to our blank document, and it should be an untitled or unsaved document at the moment. We come up to the top and we want to come to this little file menu, and we're going to drop that down and we're going to go to save. It should open up this box here, and I want to click on this arrow to give us some more options. So if we drag that up, we should be able to create a new project here. So I'm going to click on that, and then we're going to call this the device holder and hit enter on the keyboard. And then I'm going to select that one, and you see here that there's no files in there. And then we're just going to do practice. We're going to call this one a practice. So once we've done that, I'm saving it in my device holder space, and we're calling this practice. So I'm going to hit save, and that should change the name of our project up the top here. First thing that we're going to need to do is we are going to create a new sketch. So we have our create section up here, and you can either drop down this menu or click here on create new sketch. So for this practice part, I'm just going to hit on the new sketch, and now we should have these three different views which we can work on. So these are called planes. And I'm just going to click on this one down the bottom. We're going to work in this bottom plane at the moment. Once we've entered the sketch area, we'll see that we have some different tools up the top here. So we have a line tool, a 2-point rectangle, circle, we have a curved line or fit point, and there is more in this drop-down menu. But the one we're going to need today is our 2-point rectangle. So I'm going to select that one. And we always start in our origin, and I click there, and I just want to drag that out. So we're just going to create a square or a rectangle of any size at the moment. So that rectangle looks like that. We can hit escape on our keyboard to get out of our rectangle tool. Then we want to use this one. This is called our sketch dimension tool. So this is where we're going to add the correct measurements to that rectangle. So I'm going to right click on that one, and I'm going to select this left hand side. Once I click and drag that out, we can see that it is 80 mils long. So we want to make this one 120 mils. So I type 120, hit enter, and that should change the size there. And then I'm going to do the same on the bottom. So click, drag down, and then I have my next one, so 120 by 120. So we've created a square that is 120 by 120. We're going to come up to the top here, and I'm going to click on Finish Sketch. And we have our view section up here in the top left. So at the moment, I've got the top view. If I hit this little house, it takes me to my home view, which will give me a bit of a three-dimensional look at it. So at the moment, this is a 2D shape, but we want to make it a three-dimensional shape. So I'm going to click on the square that we've made. We come up here to our create section again. The one next to the create sketch is called extrude. So extrude is where we add a third dimension. So we give it a 3D look. You can either click on that, or you can also hit E on your keyboard. So I'm going to click on that extrude button, and you should be able to see this arrow here, and this window should pop up out the side. So for this case, we're going to create a new body, and we want to come up 12 millimeters. So I'm going to hit 12 millimeters here, or you can also drag this arrow as well to get to it. So, but we want it at 12. So I'm going to type 12 there and hit enter. So we can see that we have created a three-dimensional square. And we're just going to make sure that we hit the save buttons. This little save button up the top here, I'm going to click that. Use a save, hit OK. So now we're not going to lose any of our work. So check back on the next video on how to change the color, and also we're going to curve the corners.